Greetings and beyond the new, and it's I, Silentline NK. Yeah, I suck, but also, I got opinions, but at the same time, a lot of people have said stuff that I already feel like. In a lot of videos, there are things I don't agree with and things I do agree with. But, I agree with most of the things most people are saying. I don't. And there were, maybe, one or two details that weren't mentioned by most people that, no one caught on, or maybe they just brushed off, but we finally get a gameplay video. I start watching it, and I'm like, my god, this is amazing. And everyone starts sending out videos, and I'm like, is this really worth it? And I thought to myself, for a good couple of days, maybe a week, I don't know if it's been a week. I don't know, I've been underneath a car reinstalling a new air conditioner. So, yeah, for at least 6 or 7 days now, I have been sweating like a hog in this godforsaken heat of New Jersey, because hey, New Jersey, man, in the summer it gets really, really hot. Okay, enough of that. Let's watch the video! I am really pumped, though, to play the game, because it's just so nice. You get this little... Ooh, the reference to the trailer.
Hello, and thanks for checking out the video.
Yes.
With this footage, we'll introduce our new mech action game, Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. We hope it gives you an idea of this title's mood and gameplay. In a future where interstellar travel is commonplace, our story begins in a distant star system on the fictional planet Rubicon 3. Our protagonist, an independent mercenary, is smuggled into Rubicon in search of a mysterious new substance known as coal.
Smuggling.
Your position is grid 135. Off target, but within permissible range. There's a catapult ahead. Use it to close the gap.
What's the term for a person who is essentially an immigrant, but you're immigrating from space to another planet?
Will let players make the most of their AC's exceptional movement and attack capabilities.
I really love the art in the skybox in this. I don't know if it's actual terrain or not. I kind of want to actually already play the game right now. I really want to get that chance. I know people could have done it at the San Diego Comic-Con, but that was real quick, and I just don't have the cash to fly out there. So I didn't go to that event, and I watched the videos on it, and I was a little disappointed in the life-size AC. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a nice little wall decoration, but I kind of wanted a full model, not a wall protruding 3D slap-on model. I still thought it was pretty cool, though. I like the fog machine touch. Oh, man. But if, the world's gonna be like this for, a mission, it's gonna be big, and there's gonna be a lot of flight time, so let's continue. And we have the Gundam launch, or the Code Geass rail launch, or the magnetic rail cannon launch, or any mecha being launched from giant magnetic rail or platform launch, because almost all mecha have a platform launch, unless you're an Ava, and instead you're fired out of missile salve. Actually, is it a missile silo that the Avas are fired out of? Are Avas ballistic missiles? Good. I gotta look into that. But most mecha are normally fired off of a catapult or a magnetic railgun. You would think Line Barrel of Iron was fired out of a catapult. I don't think Front Mission. Did Front Mission have a catapult? So many mechas. There are a lot of mechas. You got anime, and then you got reality, and you got the pseudo Americanized, Sega inspired, and there's a lot to really think about. Is Vanquish the mecha? No, I don't think it's a mecha. I think it's just a power suit. Trying to. I think the only mecha that doesn't use catapults to launch mechs would be either Chrome Hounds or Mech Warrior. Probably both. Yeah, I don't think Chrome Hounds had catapults at all. Yeah. I don't think most people know about Chrome Hounds. Oh, that was so much fun, though, back in the day. Which reminds me, someone said I was old. Sir, if I am old, you have insulted a far greater number of people. I am of the age of 23. Anyone who calls me old has immediately angered anyone older than me. Oh, man. Some tip of advice. Don't assume people are old on the internet. I mean, sure, yeah, it's an old game series, but you can still play the games when you're young, and there are ways to play all video games. I mean, come on, I can still play PS1 games. And doesn't mean I'm old. It means I have a functioning PS1. It's called taking care of your technology. My knowledge of experience. And look! Oh, look at that bright flare. We got the booster. The booster engages. And I'm pretty sure this is like the expansion weapon thing. We don't have Kojima energy, and I don't hate that, but it's supposedly, I'm pretty sure this is the thing that emits the, fuck, what was it called again? Assault armor, that's it. Or this is the assault armor. When you play enough Armor Core, or as much Armor Core as I have, you tend to forget the terms and things. And whether you're human plus or not, because guess what? I'm used to that terminology. I've played the games for a long time. Doesn't matter. You're an augmented human being. You're a human plus. Okay? You are probably a refined version. Well done. You're a hound. Hounds. What are hounds? For all we know, they could be discount human pluses. They probably don't have like the super insanity, but like they might have incomparable abilities. But I mean, but then there was Armor Core 4 and 4 Answer, which threw Human Plus out the window. It was like, oh yeah, in order to pilot giant robot, you are augmented for it. So like, maybe it's a rite of passage thing, but you know.
Time to fly, 621.
Oh, I spent all that time talking. Brilliant. And look, there are actual freaking trees in Armor Core, and except for that one. That one looks like literally a polygon shaded. Here's a platform there. Here's a branch there. Branch. Yeah, actually, now that I see it, it's like twisty stick, branch with leaf pattern. Control pace, change the hue height, change the height layer, change the thickness slightly. Ah. Ooh! They react to the wind. Wait, there's wind? Oh man, this automatically is better. There's wind, there's environmental change. What else they got? I don't see anyone talking about the wind or the snow flurries. Ha! Weather and Armor Core! Automatically, great improvement.
Overwhelm enemies with up to 4 weapons simultaneously.
And the trees are collision mesh. You can actually break the trees. No, the other Armor Cores, you sort of phase through them, or they phase through you, and it was like non-existent. You know, it's like that meme with Homer Simpson, like going through that bush. Only it's a tree in Armor Core, you know, like you're in the jungle and with an Armor Core, you should break the trees as you move them. But in a lot of the AC games, it was like the trees never existed, and you just move through them like they're nothing. And vice versa, you can shoot through them like they're nothing. Yeah.
Equipped to each each arm and shoulder.
Liberation Front. They'll get in the way of our work. Eliminate them.
And stab. And look at that. He ejects the mag cartridge. New. Brand new. Everyone talks about this. I like it too. That's great, but how can people ignore the fact that the MT that died still has his body on the ground? Most of them, when they die, they just go, poof, no longer there. Destroy tank. The tank is no longer there. The tank is gone. Explosion. Michael Bay, and it's dust. No burn marks. And look. We even have an explosion. We have burns. We got hot ashes. We got, detail. And there's the corpse. None of the Armor Corps had a corpse left. It sort of like became a part of the terrain. Or a different type of entity, but so I think it's neat, okay? This is a lot more detail and effort than the previous Armor Corps, so it has to be good. Alright, it's already a mesh between 5 and 4 and all the other great aspects. And I kind of miss shoulder expansions. I will miss my shoulder extensions. They were my favorite.
Picking up signals from AC Rex.
Alright.
Follow the markers.
Assault Boost is one of the core abilities at your disposal, used for both traversal and combat.
Did you hear anything about what the Corps are up to?
Yeah, they'll be coming soon. You got us on the run.
I like it's unaware. It's almost like the enemies don't automatically see you. In a lot of the older Armor Corps, all the enemies knew where you were and would like start shooting at you from like every angle. So it's kind of nice to see that they have like a state, like a patrol pattern, almost like Metal Gear Solid with the enemies. Like if they don't see you right away, you don't get that alert status. It's like you can actually sneak around and assassinate them, which in most Armor Corps you can't do. Unless it's Silent Line, where you had to like sneak through a canyon with a bunch of patrolling helicopters. That was actually fun. And if you didn't play 3, you could actually get a missile extension in that mission as a shoulder part. What was it? I think it was like a relation missile. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was definitely a relation missile. It's like that circle cheese wheel thing. But if you like played 3, you could have bought it in the shop and then transfer the data over. Hidden parts, man. Hidden parts were always fun to find. And I have yet to see anyone showing hidden parts in this, which I kind of miss. It's like finding that golden breadcrumb that changes the whole gameplay. I hope they still give out like parts in AC fights. Like you do a mission, you fight against a tough AC opponent, you earn a part off their body. Like in Armor Core 4 with who was BFF sniper elite lady? You defeat her and you get her sniper. God, I don't remember her name. That's gonna bother me. Who else did you get apart from the corpse? No, Night Flyer didn't give you a part. You know what? There were very few AC fights that you get a part for defeating the enemy. But I feel like the 4th gen ones were more memorable than I would say the earlier gens. And 5th gen was just explosions everywhere. I really couldn't tell if I got a part after defeating an enemy in a fight or I got it from the scrap pile nearby. Oh, I'm the reactive. It's just this little hero pose. What a Chad. He's like, I did this. They're dead. Look at their corpses. They're behind me. And they're identical. Destruction states are the same. I would like to see a little variation, but you know what? It's fine. They are still on the terrain, which is neat. Right, in Armored Core 5, when you destroy enemy AC, their carcass would remain forbidden unless you bump into it, and then it explodes, and it becomes dust. Yes, dust. You know, the grunts talking makes me wonder if we're not going to have any mail or, like, newspaper lore in this game. Maybe we have to get lore from, like, listening to the grunts talk and their interactions. I kind of liked reading my emails in Armored Core. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit weird for doing that, but like sometimes you got a part from either the corporation, a guy you defeat, or the actual administrators of the Raven's Nest. Yeah.
Take full advantage of your AC's mobility to freely navigate the environment.
Oh, I am totally gonna do that. Can't wait to play it. Oh yeah, it got moved up to August 24th. It's no longer the 25th. At least that's what I saw on Steam. So today is August. Well, now it's August 2nd. I started this video when it was August the 1st. So yeah, 12:30. Well, I'll be going away soon. Vacation, fun times. So very soon we shall have glorious, glorious, glorious combat.
Use boost to take the fight to the air, extending combat dimensions beyond the 2D plane.
You're outnumbered 6-1. Use your missiles.
I like that there's still helicopter enemies. I love destroying the helicopter enemies. Just seeing them explode and fall apart, that's really new. It gives me more satisfaction. Before, we just pop them like popcorn and they're dead. Oh, he fell and he blew up into bits. Oh, that was cool. So cinematic.
Use vertical catapults to gain even more altitude.
And I like how the catapults, where people were saying, like, oh, they're well springs, are actually useful because I think the starter AC, like most Armored Cores, the starter AC has terrible booster power and not good energy recovery. So this is probably the thing that most people are going to get stuck with right away. And I can already see that everyone's going to have a hard time with this because I already watched this thing. I know a boss fight's going to come out, but like,
And launch into the action from above.
if you tell me that everyone who's going to take this game is going to be like automatically good at a boss fight, the first one, like even in Armored Core 5, I remember the helicopters just being bullet sponges that were really annoying. But like now we got like Michael Bay level guns and explosions all over the world. I mean, look at this. Look at this. The Terminators and Terminator Salvation didn't have this many guns. Was it Salvation? I forget. You know what? Terminators, man, they had a lot of guns in their shit. I mean, like, you look at any T1000, T800? Yeah, I feel like T800. The T800s didn't have a lot of guns, but they had, like, a lot of deadly firepower and, like, crushing strength. You look at this helicopter, man, it's got gun there, gun there, gun there, missile base, thrusters. And we still have that front-mounted machine gun, and we got more missiles and rockets and things up the wazoo, and we got these giant death rockets or missiles, one of the two. All we're missing is cluster bombs and regular bombs, I guess. I see no energy turrets, but I do see spotters for target acquisition, which I love. They add the little ball detail there for like, because you kind of need a computer to like track your target and lock it on and send the signal to shoot stuff like in reality. Nice little detail. Most of the Armor Core games where we had like giant helicopter things uh, didn't exactly have like a ball thing to like track targets. I don't know. Maybe they're manned by two people. Who knows? I don't know the rules much, but like, is that like attention to mechanical design and basing it like similar to what we have in reality? I kind of appreciate. It makes it feel more like it's like a spin-off, like a possible reality. Like it could actually possibly be in our world. I mean, come on. In the day, every day I go out, I see corporate greed, I see political corruption. Armed Corps is about that, and you trying to survive in that. Always has been, always will be. Only in this game, you're trying to get a material from a planet of people who have rebelled from selling it to the rest of the universe because unknown reason right now. And I will be looking for that reason. Also, health bar. It's nice to know the enemy's health. In older AC games, I would actually have to like customize the whole display to like show the enemy remnant health and their energy and what weapons they were using. And it didn't work for anything that wasn't an AC. Or maybe it did. Yeah, I just don't remember. I felt it more useful in AC fights. But this is nice. This is nice. And they have a little stagger bar, and I'm interested in using a stagger bar. And just straight up melee.
Against tougher enemies, deal impact damage to their attitude control system.
I generally like to make a lot of melee builds and a lot of gun builds. Look at that stun. And already we're like doing melting damage.
Any attack received in this state is considered a direct hit, dealing heavy
Oh,
damage.
the blade did so much. Look here, we got emblems, we have arena rank, and there's apparently a thing called hunter class. Don't know what that is, but OS tuning. Most people have talked about this, and it's not like a traditional tuning. It's apparently a chip-based tuning, and it reminded me of Formula Front. The sort of the most out of Armor Core universe Armor Core out there, where none of the corporations decided to fight, but making Armor Cores and fighting one another in a sport. It's like battle bots except with giant death robots. Yeah. And you get these chips, and they would dictate movement, what weapons they would use and prefer, or the range they would engage. Whether you lost or won, you got them. But I've seen people say that you can only get the OS tuning chips in Arena. And I would like to think that maybe some of them you can get in the shop. But if I know Armor Core, and I do, I've played a lot of them, we're probably going to have to earn them and progress the story. I'm curious what Nest is. That's the one thing I really don't know what it is. Is Nest my hub world, like where I can watch the news, or is Nest like, I don't know, my profile? Is this like where I like go do save my game? Maybe it is. And we have Coam again. The Armor Core Universal Credit money. I kind of like these little rolling fake static statistics. It's nice. Oh man, we got the AK return, we got a sniper, we got a rifle. Actually, that could just be a rifle as well. I gotta love the machine guns. And we had literally a riot shotgun. And then look! Chainsaw. Okay, this is what I'm looking forward to. I have not seen a chainsaw in the game. Originally, I was looking forward to the energy whip shown in the first trailer. But like when I saw they had the chainsaw, I was like, oh my god, I just want to try and kill some zombie. I like zombie slaying, but like with Armor Core chainsaw, oh yeah, I want to use that. I missed something. I thought, okay. There we go. Explosive thrower. Everyone says that this is the the thing in the first trailer, the explosive thrower. It looks fairly different. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Actually, I can pull up Steam while I'm at it. Let's just go. Blah, 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 blah. Store page.
Wake the dog up.
Nah. Ah, wrong trailer. This is the one. Come on. Fire. Ah, there it is. That's the thing. Alright, so go in. Let's just. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. Oh, it is it. Okay. Alright. Okay. So it's a guard. It has a guard. Okay. Good to know. Okay, it just looks different. Alright. So this is literally a cover for it. Okay. This is another thing I'm looking forward to, the stun baton. When I see a baton, it's normally a weapon I don't see police use a lot. I know they have it. But it's generally a blunt beat stick. And, I don't know. Sometimes you see some superheroes use it. I think I'm thinking of also Jackass for some reason. No, not Jackass. What's it, Jackass? Kick-Ass! Kick-Ass, goddamn. Then again, Jackass, they do a lot of stupid stuff too. Kick-Ass. Why do I think? Does Kick-Ass? I forget if Kick-Ass uses taunt foes or if he does use stun baton. Fuck. You know what? It's been a while. But when I see stun batons, I think of like police, military discipline. And I feel like they added this in because they like to go with a 1920s America sort of style story or mission every now and then, where you gotta do union busting, and you gotta just kill all the workers for revolting in a factory. And I feel like this is a nod to that in a lot of the past Armor Corps. Next, use a force electrical discharge. Yeah, it's a fancy shock baton. Okay. Charge to expose the core rod of the baton and attack with a brutal electrified thrust. Ooh, that might actually be interesting for Stagger. Which comes to my next thing. If we have elemental damage, this sort of changes the aspect of Armored Core, where we might have to think about how we do combos and melting of enemy armor. And I can see a lot of people already thinking about making stun builds. And, ever since this game came out and people started seeing the information slowly, extremely slowly, pour out, I have seen a lot of people think about making stun builds or how to stun your enemy better. And I know for a fact one of the things I'm going to do is quick recovery time, personally. And laser dagger, we saw that. And I'm curious about this. This is a flamethrower. Did they bring back the flamethrower? I thought they didn't have the flamethrower in the game. And I hope it is there. We got our missiles, grenades, shields.
Frame parts such as the head and core, and internal parts for power management.
And I like the new design of all the parts. We got more angular, we got more brick, neat smooth parts.
Got a job for you, 16.
And this here reminds me of Armored Core 4's mission intros. Oh, God. A lot of fun those were.
This request comes from Schneider, an Archivist subsidiary.
The
mission will take place in the Bonadea dunes of Western Belius. Our coral investigation there is being blocked by the Strider, a Rubicon Liberation Front mining ship. You are to destroy it.
When I saw this, I thought,
the Strider is a mobile resource base that was extensively weaponized.
This thing is what can I say? Words. This thing, it reminds me of the Capricorn in Armored Core 4 Answer. Mainly because giant saw blade, but it's orange and it creeps slowly through the desert.
By the Liberation Front.
And it might as well be a giant ass arms
Call it
port.
the crowning glory of their efforts to
You made an arms for it.
Your attack will focus on the eye, a giant laser cannon connected directly to the main generator.
Again, this counts as an
It's
arms for it.
protected by
It's got a
shield,
giant
that's
gun
powered by
for it.
auxiliary sub-generators.
Yeah, I'm sure that the
Should be your
blade
first
does
targets.
damage. I'm curious if the blade does damage
This
to like
concludes
the
briefing.
AC.
Good luck.
Okay, cool.
Time for a little self-promotion, 621.
Oh, I like this bit. It's like we're ready to launch the actual
Artemis
AC.
HQ will be sure to remember your name.
So cool.
System activating combat mode.
And look at all the destroyed debris. We got a tank thing. We got a plane thing right over here. Tank, plane.
Commence mission.
It's like we're in a boneyard of the dead.
First, get through all that dust and make contact with the Strider.
And yet, we're in a desert.
We're up against an enormous weapon
Helicopter.
that eclipses our AC in size.
Unfortunate idiot. Foolish mortal. Cleared out by missiles. Brutal. Kick. And apparently the enemies are radicals, saying we'll die for Rubicon. Because die for the cause. And oh no, it's the Death Star. Oh my god, it can move. A lot of people are going to die to this thing. I can already see it now. People are going to be pissed. And it's going to make me laugh. Because it's a slow-moving beam. If you're not paying attention, you will die. And this is an armor core where you don't have to fight with a camera. You know, another armor core, sometimes the camera would just move away.
Legs to bring it to a halt. Confirmed. Strider leg compromised.
God, this happened a lot in all the other armor cores too. The operator doesn't realize you destroyed it until like after it's already falling apart. Yeah, it's always a sassy operator.
Alright, now we've got a foothold to get on the deck. Grab on and get to work on the subject.
Look, it's got guns, it's got missiles, even though it's on its side, it's got detail.
Great. An independent merc. Who's the wise guy who decided
And here we have consorts, which is nice, because, you know, they're bringing back, like, actual allies in the game.
Some missions will see you partnered up with ally ACs.
Ugh.
well, us free Redcons are gonna go climb the wall.
Real pilots. Ugh.
Done? Locals base is next.
I almost want to find this sassy guy and watch him die.
Why don't you start a sewing club together and stitch that damn mouth of yours shut?
I love it. His partner hates him. Oh, I love it. They're both corporate ACs, but they don't like each other. It's great. That just adds a little spice to the whole mix. The elitist versus the business guy.
I can't get through to HQ.
I love it. Middleweight reverse joint. Great.
Wipe them out, 621.
Your mission objectives will range from protecting targets and information gathering to the annihilation of enemy forces.
50%.
Yeah, it's one critique though. One critique though about this guy's build. He has all his solid weapons on the left and his energy weapons on the right. In my experience, you don't want to do that. Because if you come against an opponent, sometimes your opponent might have more of a weakness to solid shell ammunition or explosives versus energy weapons. Or they may have more of a weakness to energy weapons versus solid shell and explosive. So it's always better to have like a solid shell with an explosive combo because technically they sort of go hand in hand. The explosive ammo still has a impact force. And as long as you have a good enough impact force, you can penetrate most armor. Whereas energy weapons are good for melting targets, and if a person has like, you know, thick armor but like weak energy defense, you know, I would go to tank theory. You know, rounder armor, can like ricochet bullets, whereas flat armor can absorb the impact. Um, Armor Core, just look at the stats. You'll see the designs and why the stats are so. Because generally, the rounder, smoother AC parts that have like no angles tend to have better energy defense, whereas typically the parts with more angles and ridges tend to have better armor or solid shell or kinetic defense. Um, Again, it's not really a competition for what parts you really should use, but like I always like to say, combo your weapons, wisely. If you're going to use energy weapons, use two different types, but have like one for like one arm and one for like the opposite arm or shoulder. It tends to work out better in the long run. Uh, I get why they have the solid ammunition with the energy, because the solid one might just help for damage, and the energy one might be just to strip away armor. Which isn't a bad combo, but again, doesn't work out for everyone right away.
Attacking a watch point. You're incorrigible, Handler Walter.
And then this guy, Sula, he apparently has history. He murders a lot of people. And he looks like his rifle has a bayonet, which I like, but I'm not going to talk about this. In Armor Core 4, we have a movie where Berlizoid had a rifle with essentially a blade, because he was a Ray Leonard #1 Lynx and #1 Lynx pilot in the Lynx War. And in the cutscene, he like murders an MT by stabbing it through the chest with his rifle. Generally, I would like to see rifles be used as melee weapons when they have a bayonet or blade feature. And in Armor Core, you almost never see them be used as a blade weapon or any sort of stabbing weapon, which always bugged me, you know. But like I always thought they were cool. I just felt like bayonets, they actually have a use. And then we had this giant satellite dish, which makes me think, okay, it's a portable microwave. Why do we have microwaves? Maybe it's a new type of energy weapon. And then I think about, we had at least 3 different energy weapons. We don't have Kojima anymore, so that's out of the way. We have plasma, and we have straight up laser. So I'm pretty sure this is a plasma-based weapon, and unless they found a way to utilize microwave radiation as a weapon in a video game, but I don't know, a giant gold dish. It looks like a particle collector or something. I'm really curious about this weapon. I'll probably read the lore once the game comes out and just absorb the information.
Blood. I hear you make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
2 repair kits remaining.
Yeah.
As your campaign progresses, you'll face a number of dangerous situations, and often be pitted against rival AC pilots.
He's not utilizing his weapons just as good as you are.
Keep the pressure up in these intense
This game was
battles.
definitely emphasized where you had to use all 4 at the same time. I got optimized this build pretty well. Gave love to the reverse joint. Like a true champion of the reverse joint. I appreciate this man.
Also await you at the end of certain missions.
Okay, let's talk about Hardlock. I don't know why people are still angry about this. I know a lot of them aren't anymore because they heard that for some reason you don't get to hit every shot. Lock-on FCS parts don't always determine every shot's going to hit. It's your arms that do. And you would have aim, precision, and steadiness. Okay? Aim for, making sure your guns hit. Precision or was it aim and precision, or was it separate? Yeah, precision. Yeah, I think it was aim and precision. Yeah, was that one stat or two stats? Now I'm not sure. You have one stat to keep lock and have like, a steady lock with the arms to like boost your lock and tracking, and you had another one, steadiness, which would actually keep your gun straight. So when your arm was moving, it wouldn't like just shoot all over the place. And in Armored Core 3, that would always annoy me, where like I'd have to get a cheap arm, and like it wouldn't have a good steadiness. It wouldn't have a good accuracy. Was it accuracy? Yeah, accuracy governed it. And I would just lose bullets, And in Armored Core, you don't want to waste ammo, because sometimes you really need that ammo to hit, like every single shot. And I know for some people that would annoy the hell out of them, wasting ammo. Um, and what I've heard from other people who agree with me on this, that, again, the lock-on debate is stupid. Lock-on box, whether it's hard lock or soft lock, does not dictate every shot will hit. What dictates every shot will hit is your actual arm parts. Always has been, always will be. I don't feel like pulling up my Armor Cores or any of the games, because it's stupid. This debate is stupid, and it is. I'm not surprised that this is the issue, because I remember Armor Core 4 came out, and everyone was upset because they were like, "This Armor Core's too fast," and not like the other one's got a cutscene movie, And I'm like, Last Raven had a cutscene movie. Look at Zenaida falling through the thing. And I know people were upset. And it's just, people are just stupid. Stupid. It's the fighting blows my mind. I still can't believe it. My brother was so against Armor Core 4, and I remember after I got it, one day I came home from high school and he made this AC called Banana, and he immediately was like, "Oh, I'm sorry for using your game." I'm like, "No, no, you can use it." And he like gets off and saves, and I go on his profile, I look at the AC, and I see this Rosenthal thing that's like clad in yellow and white. His weapons were like yellow, red, and green. He had double rifles and double scattered missiles, and I thought to myself, he probably only played a few of the beginner missions, but like, he seemed to be enjoying it. But it kind of annoyed me that he couldn't admit it to my face. I had to find out that he liked it in like sort of a coincidental like opening the door, and he was thought like I would not show up type of thing. I hope people try this game. I want people to try this game. It already looks fucking fantastic. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone seems to sing praises. And I agree. There's a lot to be praising it for. And, whether it's salty developers or people being little shits because they're complaining about the UI, it's like, I really don't care. Alright, it has all the best features of every Armor Core melted into one. Alright, this is perfect. And I know someone's gonna like look for that one little inconsistency. But if they have this game running at this stage, and it's like early access for like the few selected chosen, or like at special events, and it runs this smoothly, and it's like chapter 1, 11 missions, and we only see 5 of them, and like everyone's like, "Ooh yeah, boss fight!" I mean, look at that boss fight.
These fights are fast and aggressive.
We have attack patterns. It's not gun spawn. Like, Armor Core had boss fights before, and I've seen some of the more brain dead Dark Souls players in their videos say that it's a From Software game because it has bosses in them. And they're not wrong. Armor Core always has hard bosses. but like I felt like their videos could have had like more energy. And maybe it's because I just don't like the fact that it's not a. It's just a mech game. And I know there are people who don't like mech games out there, and I'm sorry if you don't like mech games. I think they're pretty awesome. Every once in a while, I encounter them or I find out about them, and I'm like, "Oh, it's not your cup of tea. Why are you looking at it? Why are you doing it?" And then, you know, if you don't like it, don't try it. Don't judge it. Sure, you could say you don't like it, and you could say that you don't like it because it's not mecha, but that's mecha, not like sword fantasy. That's fine. All right, everyone has their own preferences, but man, that saddened me. It's like a lot of things have saddened me since this game came out. I haven't seen the community be this toxic since Armored Core 4. Okay, and it's worse than the last time. But like since this came out, everyone was like, "Ah, oh, none of the bullets are hitting all the time when it's hard lock," and like they somehow quieted down. They're not talking about it anymore. And I feel like they're doing it all for the wrong reasons. But I think the real reason why they're not bitching anymore, or vast majority of them, in my opinion, is because they saw it and they realized, oh, they didn't change my game. It's like my game. It's like the old Armor Cores, only better, with new graphics, new engine, new features, and a better story. Armor Core like had like the most vague story historically. Now you have something more intriguing. You got mysteries, you got discovery, you have to world building, you got grunts talking like actual like people. It's the little details that matter.
Challenge for even the impossibly powerful AC.
Honey, there's always a challenge for every AC.
By observing the enemy's movements and tells, the player can learn as the battle unfolds. And a good commander assembly will often provide the first step to overcoming even the most daunting foes.
That's just common knowledge in the Armor Core community. But take my advice, new people. You're gonna want to grind for parts if you can in the arena and make that money, because you'll want a good amount of cash to be able to customize to your heart's content and make something that works. If otherwise, you're gonna have a really, really bad time if you don't have the financial funds to like pseudo up your AC for battle. I'm not talking light battle. I'm talking like real hardcore battle.
We invite players to take on this one for themselves and see what else awaits.
And if you're like the rest of us, you watch Devati and Fighting Cowboy and everyone else who's made videos on this and talked about their videos and yada yada yada, you know how to win the fight. Because it's an energy boss with an energy shield. You need energy weapons to melt the shield and then do damage with solid weapons. Or more energy weapon. Let the Metroid and Optimus Prime armor cores come back, because I can already see it coming. I will be very disappointed if no one makes an Optimus Prime armor core. And it's like iconic. Optimus Prime is an armor core within armor core. Thanks for watching. It's pretty generic, but everyone says it.
Thank you for watching. That concludes our introduction to Armored Core 6. Look forward to seeing you at launch.
Yep. I think everyone's looking forward to that. Good old launch. And we see new clips of the world. More environments. We got dams, man. Dams. We got like a quarry, then we got this new area. You know, this game's gonna blow the socks off of people. This is gonna be amazing. I hope that most naysayers, after seeing this, like I have said, have quieted down and have realized maybe we should try this out. But I know there's gonna be a few that are gonna say, this guy's a fucking idiot. Don't try out this game. This game's a bad game. And to those assholes, I say, shut the fuck up. You haven't tried it out yet. The Armored Core 6, Fires Rubicon. May it revitalize the mecha genre, and may it be a fucking awesome game. The Silent NK. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there, people. Day one. You can bet yourselves this. I'll climb that wall right away. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you for watching. This is Silent NK signing off. Have a good one, folks.